All right, our top story right here. Now, after individual attempts to address the menace of open grazing in southern states in Nigeria, the Forum of the Southern Governors in and One Voice announced a ban on open grazing in all 17 southern states in the country. Now, they recommended that the federal government of Nigeria should support willing states to develop alternative and modern livestock management systems.
Now, they also called on President Muhammadu Buhari to, as a matter of urgency and importance, address Nigerians on the frightening state of insecurity across the nation and convoke a national dialogue. Now, the governors, who were united by their resolve to make Nigeria work, did not betray partisan sentiment, but agreed, among other issues, that the president addresses Nigerians to restore the people's confidence. Now, joining us this morning is Chukwuma Okenwa, the Executive Director, Lead Network Africa, and of course we have Dr. Nnemeka, political analyst. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Ali.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Now, gentlemen, to both of you, but I will be starting with Dr. Nnemeka. What do you make of the tone of the governors during the meeting in Asaba? Starting with Dr. Nnemeka.
Very good development. It's a very good development, a very good step in the right direction. Yes, the next thing now is for them to act, put into action, execute the decision. It's not just enough to pronounce ban on open grazing. Each and every one of them should go back to their respective states, take an executive bill, and get the state assembly to pass it into law, just like what we have in Benue State. And then empower an agency of about 2,640 youth, agency, fully trained agency, 6 in every community, to execute full implementation of the resolution that they passed. And this should be done as a matter of urgency within the next 1 month. No cows should be seen. You know, when we talk about livestock, we assume it's only cows. Livestock does not start and end in cows. We have pig farmers, we have goat farmers, we have poultry farmers. So if we are trying to do a livestock program, we should also consider those ones. If the governors are asking the federal government to put in place a livestock program, they must also make provision for every private investor in different fields of agriculture. Very, very important. And I think it's a very good step in that direction. In the next 1 month, they should put actions in place to execute it fully. I don't want it to not be the normal user political rhetoric and the wind carries the way.
All right, Chukwuma, do you share the same sentiment as well?
Yeah, I do. I do, because this is one aspect of the conversation that is lost, that Doc just brought to fore, and that is the very fact that these are private businesses as well. So subtly, even though the governors were this time able to use their political will to express dissatisfaction over open grazing and subsequently placing a ban on it, but subtly the aspect of networking with the federal government to almost make immediate provisions alongside with states, creating spaces. So perhaps does that mean that the Fulani herdsmen must not of necessity, as business people, maybe spend money to get a space for their businesses? So these are questions we should be able to ask our governors, even as they have for the first time made it very open that this time around open grazing is old-fashioned and banned in the southern part of the country.
All right, let me take you both gentlemen on this open grazing and this matter. Now, the Forum of the Governors explained that the rationale for this ban, stressing that, quoting them, the development and population growth has put pressure on available land and increased the prospects of conflict between migrating herders and local populations in the south. Now, given this scenario, it becomes imperative to enforce the ban, on open grazing in the south for them, including the cattle movement to the south by foot. Now, do you both share the view that and think that this step will automatically bring an end to herders-farmers clashes in the south, whether it's Igbo grazers or even Ijaw grazers?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Chukwuma, go on first.
Yes, I think to a very great extent it will, because that will reduce the chances, the probability, the possibilities of the farmers are being at crossroads with the herders. Because I mean, it really shows that something is wrong for herders. I mean, these are all people that provide what we should eat. They are all in the same sector of agriculture. And then you have one, the presence of one is inhibiting the essence of the other. So I think a reviewing of strategy to be able to give everyone a grant for survival is what the governors have advocated for. But then by implication of naming livestock management, Wheels complaining of less space for, based on the increase in population. The question will now be, the livestock management, should it cost across the 30 states or the herders which are predominantly northerners and have enough lands there? Will the recommendation be for them to concentrate on where there is enough of land for such kind of livestock management?
All right. Dr. Nemeka, you can comment too on this one. Is it the end of this, herders, farmers clashes?
Honestly, it actually breaks my heart that in 2023, we discuss about development of our economy to discussion of cows and cow herding. Interestingly, I'm into agriculture. It brings an end to it. If we are very sincere with ourselves, in countries like Ethiopia and Sudan, that has even bigger heads of cows than Nigeria, what do? In fact, farmers will actually be very, very glad. Very smart farmers will actually be very, very glad to co-locate dairy centers in their farms, because the manure from the cow, the manure from the pig, in some of these countries where things are done well, actually used to generate both electricity and organic fertilizer. In very, very, very developed countries, even developing countries, where sanity prevails, we don't need even to be discussing this. In fact, where things are done properly, farmers should actually, big farmers, usually beg dairy owners to co-locate with them under what we call agro-pastoral scheme. I just pray that the governors, beyond just banning this, should have the foresight to create centers, agro-pastoral centers within their locality. Agriculture, agro-development is a well of wealth for those that understand it. Look at Netherlands. Look at Israel. It's not even a matter of land, scarcity of land. Israel is mostly 80% desert. Yet go and see the kind of things that do with agriculture. Go and see the kind of things that do with agro-pastoral scheme. Or even in the desert of Negev, where temperature is almost at 60 degrees centigrade. I pray that God will give them foresight to do the right thing. Implement this in a way that it will bring value to everybody in the nation.
All right, Dr. Nemeka, talking about implementation, we know that an emergency security meeting was held by President Muhammadu Buhari and the security chiefs on Tuesday, and they approved new security measures specifically targeted at the southeast and the south-south geopolitical regions. But Nigerians are asking, why would you hold a meeting concerning a region and there was no representative from that region in that meeting? What does this tell you, gentlemen, starting with Dr. Nemeka?
It's not coming as a surprise. The federal government of Nigeria has in their DNA a hegemonic clannishness. So it's very unfortunate that you're taking decisions about the security of a region. There's nobody from that region within the corridors of power that attended such meetings. But we know Nigeria is a place where we do not value life, where we believe so much that might is strength, why we love blood spilling and blood cutting. This is not right.
All right.
Security is not just the forces of armor, tanks, and guns. I've always advocated this. Constructive engagement, dialogue. Let us treat the root cause of this problem, which is the constitutional framework, rather than pursue the symptomatic manifestation.
All right, Dr. Nemeka, because of time, we would have to come in and allow Chukwuma give his own sentiment on this particular statement. What do you think, Chukwuma?
Okay, I think it's completely wrong for such a meeting to have held without having a representative from the southern extraction of the country, aside from General Lucky Rabo, who, of course, part of the suggestion also we see the southern governors express. They need also to rejig the security architecture to ensure equal representation from the southern part of the country. Because, I mean, if you have like the three key arms of the Nigerian army, and aside from the chief of the defense staff, who, of course, in operations is not actively controlling any of the three major arms. I mean, one would wonder if you have like chief of army staff, chief of naval staff, and then chief of air staff, and nobody from the south is deemed to occupy any of those operational positions, then it really calls for concern. But then another question, another issue I would also expect the governors to begin to look at is like these Fulani headsmen. I would always wonder the guns they carry, is it part of is it their whole? I think it's time also to begin to ask questions.
Right.
Who gives these guys these guns? It's very important.
All right, thank you very much to you, both gentlemen. Chukwuma Okenwa, Director, Lead Africa, and also, yes, Nnemeka Obiari, Dr. Nnemeka Obiari, Political Analyst, regulars right here on Breakfast Center. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time this morning.